Well, good afternoon, beer buffs. Here we are at Thirsty Pups, and we have a special cask ale today. It's called Bunghole Surfer, and it's a dark English mild. So let's get a pour on. This is new to me. Not the best pour, but I gave it a go. It's all froth. Audrey? Afternoon, beer buffs. We've got our pour, and I'm joined by the coach himself. He's back on the vlog.
So happy to be here.
So as you saw, we poured. Well, Audrey poured this for us, and I had a go, and it was dreadful. But this is Bunghole Surfer's English Dark Mild, and it is 3.5%. So it's pretty. So here we go.
You ready?
Yeah. Cheers. Let's give it a taste. Expecting it to be malty, of course. Oh.
That hits right.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just takes me back to the pubs in Britain.
I gotta take your word
taste.
for it. Yeah.
No, it does. It's and it's it's not a cold bomb, as I say. It shouldn't be that way. It should be kind of more room.
So I think it's 50, 51 degrees.
51. Okay.
I'm looking over there. Yeah.
Perfect. It has that maltiness, bitter, creamy.
Yeah, and the thing with the cask, it's also fresh, right? So
Yeah.
you can't sit on these. They,
No, you want to get it used up, and traditionally, if it was, you could tell if it had been there a while. You could tell in the taste of it. You know, this is an old beer. This is an old beer, and you know.
I don't think this is gonna last long. These are gonna move pretty quick.
Yeah, this tastes for me how a cask, an English mild should, and some of my favourites I've had in the past from England. So just describe an English mild. It's a brown ale that is low in ABV, which this one was at 3.5%, malt forward and low on the hop character, which you can really pick up on the maltiness of it. So two of my favourite traditional English milds are Brains Dark, which is a Welsh brewery, and you've had some Brains with me in the past. I brought over. That's one of the more famous ones, and Theakston's traditional mild. So that's two to look out for if you haven't tried one before, but obviously this side of the pond it would be difficult.
Well, I think the exciting thing about this is you're not finding them around town. I mean, you're not finding them in the States as much. I mean, I guess one of the podcasts I was listening to was saying that there's more cask though coming to the U.S.
Okay.
And they're kind of unfortunately leaving the U.K. Right? So they're starting to I know there's an initiative to kind of like bring cask back, right? Make it cool again.
I've heard it. Yeah.
And I think with one of the videos I was watching, it was talking about it's a harder beer to maintain because it is fresh, right? You can't just let the keg sit, and I think in the UK you can't charge as much as you can for like an IPA or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to make it cool again. I think younger people are starting to be, engaged, kind of like the Pilsners and lagers,
Yeah.
So.
It was always kind of like, what's the word? Old fuddy-duddies and peaks would always go for and it was almost laughed upon when I was growing up, having a cask ale or having what we would call a craft beer in a way, and a lot of them were cask ales.
Sure.
And it was just thought of it as a big bloody joke, if you will. But there's been a kind of a switch around now. It's funny, the hoppy beers, the mosaic hop IPAs and stuff like that. they were huge over here. Well, they're still huge over here, but that's migrated across the pond, and they're
Sure.
becoming much more popular compared to these kind of beers. And these are
Yeah,
kind of
and then you're seeing like kind of what's old is new again. So that this classic style, and I think Eric's going to do a really good job here of introducing it to this region, right?
Right,
So
yeah.
I know he has one. He's talking about potentially getting a second one, and he's already making good English style beers. He's
Yes.
done a good bitter.
Yes.
Brown's fantastic. I think he's going to try to do a porter, maybe put a porter on there.
Right, yeah.
So I think this is going to be really good for the local beer drinkers. It's exciting, something different.
You're telling me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's home from home having these tastes here. And just a big shout out to Audrey and Eric who run this establishment. They're just fantastic. They're always, putting on matches for us to watch and welcoming us in before it opens to do this. It's before the place is open. So big shout out.
I'm a little spoiled being so close to here.
Yeah, the coach
But-
works next door, so pretty much.
Talk about, you could have $1 million and not be able to have this environment and this vibe. And
Yeah.
they open, I think, with the best of intentions, and I think their whole goal has been met, right? So they have phenomenal beer. They usually have 10 beers on tap here. You'll have typically 2, maybe 3 IPAs, and then he's going to have a lighter beer, a Pilsner or a blonde,
Right, yeah.
a sour, a stout, a little bit of everything. But every beer from top to bottom has been good.
Yeah, really, the bitter blew me away. I've had a few bitters since being here, and nothing's compared to Eric's. He really knocked it out of the park. Don't know how he's not like this. I mean, admittedly, I've not had an English malt since being over here, but this is spot on. This really captures it. What I like to do is name a couple of beers that Thirsty Pups actually pour. I just don't have the menu, so give me a sec. I'll find one. Just to give you a taste of what other beers are on offer. And Mike can probably list a couple of his favorites as well.
And on Untappd, so they've just brewed their 69th beer, but on Untappd they have 51 at the moment, and their overall Untappd rating is over 4, which Eric doesn't even look at it. I don't think Audra really cares either because it can stress them out. But as someone who hops from brewery to brewery, some of those reviews actually do matter. So to have over a 4 rating, it's pretty
absolutely.
clutch.
People look at that, serious beer drinkers do look at those numbers, so that's fantastic. Some of what they have on tap right now, they've got a few different styles. They've got a lager called Olrin. It's a New Zealand Pilsner, actually. I'm not sure if you've had that one.
Yes.
Yeah, I probably have myself. I really do like the 13 degree turn check amber. So there's another one. If you're an IPA guy, they've got a few. Concrete Schoolyard, which is a West Coast IPA. I'm kind of looking at some of the more...
That's the newest tap, the hazy IPA, the Not a Player, I Just Crush Hops.
Oh, okay.
That's their newest one,
Gotta
and
try
Eric
that.
started using a new yeast for that one, and it is phenomenal.
Really? Okay. That I got to try that next. And then let's go with a light. They've got Sassy. It's a blonde ale. That's 5.7. And oh yeah, we have to mention Order 66, Star Wars reference there. It's a barley wine. It is 14% ABV. So that's going to be a bit of a neat for sure. So yeah, there you go. There's a few other beers. Let's get down to this and finish it off.
Yeah, 3.5%. That is it's an easy drinker.
Very easy.
Phenomenal. I think the mouthfeel is just fantastic, and that's what you get with the cask.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Super smooth. When you can pour a beer and it's cascading down.
Oh, I mean, the taste is light on the taste, and it is kind of creamy on the taste, which is what you would expect from a very good English mild.
That nose has a little bit of chocolatey.
Yeah, I believe there were some fruit in it as well, right? I don't recall which kind, but it does have a bit of that.
I claim to drink beer. I don't claim to know much about it.
We just try and pull some of the tastes. Hands down for me, it's a solid 10, and I'm going off, miles I've had in the past. It was phenomenal. So
yeah, I gotta agree.
There you go. So please give Thirsty Pups your support if you can. Try and get round here and check it out. Fantastic vibe here. Has the feel of an old school pub. You know, friendly, small, just great. So that is it really. Check them out, and I will see you on the next review. And thanks to the coach as always for joining me. So until then, cheers.